Remember, thumbs up if you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to ring that bell. Stay tuned, we're going to start right now.
What you know you can't explain. But you feel it. You felt it your entire life. That there's something wrong. You don't know what it is, but it's there. Like a splinter in your mind, driving you mad. Experience the awakening. Brilliant anonymous researchers. Patriots, join us in the Patriot Army. Trust the plan, pain coming. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go. RedStateTalkRadio.com, Brighteon.tv, Rumble.com/MG Show. The end won't be for everyone. That choice to know will be yours. Where we go one, we go all. Fight, 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 and fight we will. We fight every day right here on the MG Show. Here we are. Here we go. It's Wednesday, Trump Day. We call it here on the MG Show. Welcome to the MG Show, guys. This is the podcast that cuts through the globalist noise and, celebrates how your president that you elected, Donald J. Trump, is cutting the throats of the globalists. Shady Groove, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for being here. And that is exactly what we're seeing happen. As a matter of fact, that's exactly what we signed up to see happen. Is it not? Is that not what we wanted to see happen? We wanted to see them on a long, slow road to dismissal, so we can no longer have to listen to them anymore. And so far, so good. With 1 year down in the Donald Trump administration, he has all of the players out there already lighting their hair on fire and showing you specifically, just like I said yesterday, if you aren't for MAGA right now, you were never for MAGA ever to begin with.
That's right, because what you're witnessing right now is economics, guys. And a lot of people don't understand economics. They just focus on the surface things. Your president that we elected is putting an end to the endless wars, guys. He's slashing your energy costs, even though they said it was going to go, something big is about to drop. Guess what dropped? They said oil prices were going to go through the roof. Guess what did not happen? Oil prices did not go through the roof. This is how he's slashing the energy costs will take time to reach the end consumer, we the people, but it will reach us. And right now we heard that inflation is only at 2.4%, guys. That is huge numbers, guys. That's big news.
2.4 and falling.
And falling.
2.4
right.
and falling, because that's very relevant to understand that what we have here is we have an economy on the way to healing. What do I mean by that? Most people don't understand what it means to have a healthy economy, because the economy for over 100 years has been aggressively manipulated. And effectively, what's happening right now is we are growing the economy out of the manipulation. You see, they could only manipulate it if they could keep it contained in the size that it was and have it grow very, very slowly at best. If it grows at exponentially, they can't contain it. And that's right. Exactly what he's doing. Just like they can't contain us, right, Jeff? Like the people, Donald Trump, and what he's saying every day, they can't keep up with him. That's exactly what he's doing with the economy.
And it is hard to keep up with him because I'm tired, Shady.
You're tired from all the winning.
From the winning. Exactly. Miss Seabear, thank you, chat. You guys are awesome. Hey, Jeff, I forwarded a Gene Ho cash post. Hope you got it. I did not get it yet, but I'll look for it. Thank you for the $25 Rumble rant, because we are not sponsored by the foreign foundations that have, usurped your government. We're sponsored by you guys. And
We the
thank you so
people.
much. So, I've seen enough high gas prices. I'm old enough to remember all this. I'm old enough to remember sky high gas prices. I'm old enough to remember weak leadership. I'm old enough to remember endless wars, and here we are putting an end to that endless. And a lot of people don't understand too, Shady, and we've discussed this, that it's much larger than what you're seeing in Iran with the government that was put in there by the intel agencies. You are seeing, something that's being covered up in a big way, which is, how did Iran get the uranium one? Well, we know, because we had a favorite letter of the alphabet tell us, the 17th letter of the alphabet, that is, that uranium one, guys, the Clinton Foundation, Mueller, Epstein, they're all connected, guys. It's all connected, and you're seeing it all play out, Shady Group.
It's interesting, too. I don't know. We didn't speak about this, but John Bolton, very interestingly enough, was on the air within the last couple of days saying, Iran was just a few days away from they were getting ready to bring in a nuclear device from North Korea.
Yeah.
It's very interesting how the clowns all know what the clowns are up to, and then they come out and they report it like, they have some super secret intel, like Alex Jones. This is the same model that Alex Jones uses. They think that they have a super secret, in-depth, embedded reporter that's feeding them they're being told what to say with 4 a.m. talking points for Alex Jones, just like there's 4 a.m. talking points for Washington Post and MSNBC.
Yeah, that's right. Cram out there, thank you for the 4 subscriptions to get people their red castles. You are now a red castle. If you haven't already gotten yours, say something in the chat and you will get one. Thank you, listeners.
But you were mentioning inflation. There's the momentum, right? The momentum can't start until the inflation cools. And right now, the inflation is already cooled to a point where not only are people starting to feel the pressure relief valve kind of in their own pocketbook.
That's right.
People that have big pocketbooks are like, wow, my pocketbook is very big and it's going to get bigger here really soon. So I need to make investments with this much of it, because you're supposed to keep X amount of your portfolio in play. Well, whenever you can't just keep sitting on your wealth, you have to invest it. And that's exactly what people are starting to do. Big time people in America are starting to realize to have a lot of wealth, that they can use it, that they don't have to save it, that they can build on it, and they can protect it, because they're not going to be paying the same 60% in taxes any longer.
That's right. That's right. I mean, my gosh. And did you see the founder of Starbucks is leaving Seattle for Florida?
Can you believe that?
And the headquarters is leaving Washington State for Tennessee?
Yeah. That's absolutely insane. And I also saw yesterday that Yamaha is leaving California.
Ying, ding, 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 Yamaha.
But just think about that. It's like they're like these companies that are, I think the Starbucks basically represented the state of Washington for a long time as far as one of their biggest companies, next to Boeing. So it's just interesting, it's interesting because the politics are affecting the business in a way, Jeff, that we've never really seen before. We've never really seen the political climate. In other words, Washington State, a bunch of woke idiots that keep charging more and more and more for anything that you ever do. Well, then people are moving away from them. All these people in New York are moving to Florida. People are moving to Tennessee because of the political atmosphere. People are looking to get away from the place that they love and live, because freedom is being deteriorated. That's why they're leaving. Let's just take all the BS out of it. All finances. No, they're leaving because freedom is getting less, and they're going to where freedom is better.
Yeah. Kimma says gas is about $5.50 where I live in LA. It's over $8. And that's because of California. People, Kimma, I mean, I'm preaching to the choir. You get an oil price that they buy, and then you have local and state and city government puts taxes on top of that. So California is just, messed up.
They've actually passed laws. They've passed laws. So the more that the price of oil gets reduced, it doesn't matter how much the price of oil gets reduced, the taxes will immediately pick up the balance.
Yeah.
I'm serious. Like, that's not even a joke.
359 in Savannah, Georgia. And just think about that. We've got a quote unquote war, right, with Iran. And they're saying that your oil prices are going to go up and they're still lower than Joe Biden's.
Yes. And they're going to teeter for a minute here, but we're getting ready to see something that you've never seen before.
So that's forgiveness at the pump, guys. I mean, I'm telling you,
I agree with you.
This guy is masterclass, Shady Groove. He is handling this in a masterclass way. Achieving energy independence that saved billions at the pump while dismantling the Quagmire in the Middle East. I mean, this is what the show is about today, guys. And, you're seeing the dismantling of a, of a network of operatives, Shady Groove. These people were propped up by foreign intel agencies because they needed a boogeyman. They needed wars. They needed the endless wars. And your president is stopping and ending the endless, Shady.
There's an esoteric aspect to everything that you are seeing. There is a deliberate attempt to make you think that you are headed toward the apocalypse. Mm-hmm. You are not headed toward an apocalypse. You're headed toward a golden age. That's what's getting ready to happen. A number of the different things that have been fed to you as narratives through different books, okay, are narratives. They're not real. And so they're trying to make society match the pages. That's not happening any longer. Donald Trump has taken away their ability to play that game. The way that we know that he's taken away the ability to play that game is because you don't ever hear about North Korea anymore. Remember how North Korea was this big threat, and the only thing they said was, North Korea is going to... They're going to be nuking us in 3 days, 24/7. And all of a sudden, now you never hear anything about North Korea. And, well, you're getting ready to have the same experience with Iran. The only thing you're going to hear is things like, the new businesses that are being built in Iran. Iran's economy is starting to normalize. The people of Iran are starting to benefit from the oil that OPEC is selling. And OPEC is no longer a mafia cartel control over the economy of Iran or the people's minds.
Yeah.
That's normalization. I think that's what we're going to see, and I think we're going to see it quick.
Yeah, I think so too, guys. And the proofs, I cannot keep up with them, Shady.
Because they're moving too fast.
They're moving way fast right now. And you look at we got one just yesterday. It was in the making for a while. We just got $100 million worth of gold from Venezuela, Shady.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a lot of gold, folks. And that is to repay, this is, they facilitated a large gold order between the U.S. and Venezuela, up to 1,000 kilograms of gold to be shipped to the U.S. And it was just announced on 3/7, the Interior Secretary announces the arrival of $100 million in gold from Venezuela, guys. Could that be do we have the gold? Yes, gold shall destroy the Fed. Very interesting, Shady Groove.
Very interesting indeed, because all of this is coming back into play of normalizing again. Normalizing is the word of the day. That's normalizing right. Relations, normalizing business. Free trade agreements and NAFTA and nonsense like that are not normal. They're abnormal things. What is normal is for America to have a negotiated trade agreement with each individual country. Not blocks of countries like, we're trading with the EU and then Spain and all these other countries are included. That is ridiculous. That's the world they want us living in. The world we want to live in is a binary world where we say, okay, we are going to negotiate, and this is our negotiation specifically with the country of X. Doesn't matter what country it is. Each single one of them needs to be dealt with directly so that twofold. One, we can benefit from them. In other words, we can make goods and services that are less available in our country, more available in their country, more available to our country. And two, we can make goods and services that they don't have so much of, more available in their country from our country to them. That's the way that we should be working a trade agreement with any individual, just like you would work a deal out, like if you were going down with Craigslist and to buy something or buy something online. Making a deal with a specific country by your own negotiation, one-to-one, That's how the world should work, everyone. And the world that they have tried to feed us is this world of globalism where we take it on the chin and everybody else makes away like bandits. That's that's what Trump has turned around that these people don't like. They don't like the idea that America is going to be more wealthy and that we are more wealthy. And they don't like the idea that we can stand there and say that we're better than them.
PJR2 subscriptions, thank you so much. PJR CMR, thank you for that. And Cram, thank you for the other one as well. So we're talking about gold shell destroy the Fed, right? We just got $100 million from Venezuela. And we can go into that and dig into that a little bit. I think it's to repay back debt that Venezuela owes. Is that what I'm understanding, Shady?
It would be to pay back companies that Maduro ended contracts with massive oil companies. Yep. And so there's a debt there that was never satisfied. And so that is a good faith deposit upon that debt that Trump's administration says that they're going to distribute among the companies that were harmed in the events.
So let me ask you, who are the silent thieves? Why are they manipulating you? How are they stealing your wealth? Bubble, crash, steal, lie, repeat. What is inflation? Monetary manipulation. Okay. And it's down to 2.4% and falling. Taxation without representation. Put an end to the endless. 1913. What was conceived in 1913, Shady?
The Fed.
And what did we just get? A lot of gold. Wow. Interesting. Also, and the endless. This is the show, topic today. Endless lies, endless wars, endless inflation, endless printing, endless oppression, endless subjugation, endless surveillance. Who will put an end to the endless? Taking control. And that's what you're seeing, Shady.
Because we, the people, the last thing that the establishment wanted was the idea that there was a congruency between we, the people, and its government. They're trying to keep that like a block, like a lock stop, like you can't move past it. There's a moat in between you and the government, and then you have to send messages across the moat, and they send messages back with demands and orders and decrees. That's not what we want. What we want is we want to be able to locate a problem, focus on the problem, come up with a shared solution to the problem, and then submit that problem to people in government so that they can implement the solution that we decide. Okay? Yeah. Not the problem, reaction, solution thing that you've been going through, which is they bombard you with nonsense, then they lie like hell about everything to do with it so that you react in a weird way, and then they present some nonsensical solution that has absolutely nothing to do with anything that would actually fix the problem to begin with. We want a world where the people fix the problem, and the government listens to the people and does what the people says whenever we say to fix this problem. It's up to us to complain. You said something that was very, very specific. You forgot your power. What's your power?
You forgot
power is to complain about stuff, and the government's supposed to listen, but they stopped listening. Now, guess what's happening? They're listening to you.
Boom. Every record has been destroyed or falsified. Every book rewritten. Every picture has been repainted. Every statue and street building has been renamed. Every date has been altered. And the process is continuing day by day, minute by minute. History has stopped. Nothing exists except an endless present in which the party is always right. George Orwell, 1984. Does that sound familiar?
It does. It sounds familiar because they forced us to read that.
Yeah, they forced me to read that in 8th grade. Yes, sir.
They don't force the kids to read that anymore. Why do you think that is? Because do you think that if the kids that were out there had read that book, that we would have had COVID?
Yeah.
Do you think these people would have put masks on and done all the things that they did if they had read 1984? The people that read 1984 were the people that didn't put masks on, the people that didn't care what the government said. Those were the people that read the book 1984.
Yeah.
Because we understood what manipulation and propaganda was directly. It's the reason that we were told to read the book to begin with, so that we wouldn't get confused whenever they tried to tell us that your country is terrible. You should participate in burning it down.
That's right. Real quick, Shady, I want to get this done and out of the way, because if you don't have it,
get it.
Get it, guys, because it's good. And here we go. Accept and start. Uh-oh. Failed to start campaign. Uh-oh. Hang on. I got to read. It might be gone now, Yeti. Let's see. Yep. It's gone. Wow. Why is that? All right. So we'll do something later. Maybe it'll come back, but that was gone, Yeti. Interesting. I just want to let you know that. What's that? Yeah, you're watching. Okay. So watch that for me. I appreciate it. So, want to welcome some people. Clegg, thank you so much for coming here. Appreciate you. Liberty Warrior, Scottish Anon. What is up? Garden Gnome, our favorite Garden Gnome is here. Ames Camps, welcome. Patriot Pollywog, Mike Hess is here. Liberty Warrior, Bonster Q is here. President Hugh S. Bud, 17 Patriots for Truth. Meredith Slater, Rush is out here. Maggie's out here. Yeti's out there. See him out there. I see him out there. Independent Sentinel, we love you guys. Wigwam, I had a dream about a teepee. And then tents.
Too tense.
Yeah, never mind.
Way too tense.
Thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate it because we work hard here every day. We've been censored off almost every platform, but we're getting our platforms back. We're getting our viewership back up. These shows are now reaching up to 300,000 people a day, listens and views across all platforms. But our main hub is right here on Rumble, rumble.com/MG show. So if you're watching on Facebook or X or anywhere else or listening, go to rumble.com/MG show and chat with the beautiful family that we have here. You guys are amazing, by the way.
They are amazing. They are absolutely amazing. Not just the existence of like who they are as people, but the way that they interact with each other. All of you, the family that we have built here, we have people here that are brand new and people that have been here for 7 or 8 years. And it's so amazing
This is our
to
8th
watch you guys.
season, Shady.
This is so amazing to watch you guys welcome in new people and to bring people to the conversation that says something productive about our country. It's very easy. Amen. It's very easy to destroy things. It's very easy. Remember whenever you were a kid, you could just easily you just wanted to like mash things up and make a mess of everything around. Do you remember how easy that was? You became an adult for a reason. You became an adult so that you could organize yourself and you could become something. And what they're trying to do right now is they're trying to take people that have a whole world of opportunity. These people that are young and being fed into this Democrat machine, into the universities, they have the whole world in front of them. Anything that they could possibly dream of to do and to be as a human being is possible the moment that they walk into that university. But then the university takes them and they twist them and they say that anything it is that you are trying to do is somehow wrong and it's hurtful to the progress of humanity. It's hurtful if you want to make something of yourself. It's hurtful if you want to be wealthy. It's hurtful if you want to be abundant. Why? Because if you're abundant, that means that some poor kid is starving in Africa. That's the psyop that they're running on you. That is not how the world works. The world works directly relevant to what it is that you produce and consume. You personally, your individual consumption and your individual production is the only thing that should matter to you, and your government and your state should stand there and they should support you, and your universities and your schools should encourage you and inspire you and push you in these directions. But instead, they're putting up gates. They're putting up doors. They're locking windows. They're saying, no, you can't go there because instead this other person who didn't do as good as you did but looks different, that person needs to go there. That society that's a degrading society. We want to get rid of all of that. And we want to implement the golden age where abundance is everywhere. Therefore, crime goes away and opportunity is abundant for every single person. So you could pick, Jeff, you could say, oh, I want to do this. And then you could try to do it and you could say, that sucks. I don't want to do that anymore. I want to do this now. That's what the society we're supposed to be in should look like.
That's right. And that's where we're at, guys. And we love it. And I
love it.
Reality Popper, oh my gosh. Breaking news, cardboard prices skyrocket as Ayatollah cutouts spiral out of control.
They're selling off the shelves like mad.
Let's show you what they mean. Check this out, man. Something right out of South Park.
They've got the action figures and everything now.
Oh my gosh, it's hilarious, man. You know, you got to laugh at them because they don't like it. And
no, they don't.
We love laughing at them sometimes because, we do dig into a lot of deep, dark subjects. And, we want to just make sure you have that armor of God on at all times as well. Shady Groove, did you see President Trump? Post. Oh my God, this is hilarious. President Trump mocks Summers, okay, the Harvard guy. Punxsutawney Phil sees 0 more years of Summers. Summers to resign from teaching appointments, relinquish university professorship over Epstein ties. I love our troller in chief sometimes, man.
I was just talking about the universities and how terrible that they are. There's going to be no more Summers.
That's right. Ducks, 1 subscription too. Thank you guys so much. Keep them coming. We really appreciate it. And we really, really appreciate it.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi. I love you. All right. So where are we at, Shitty Grove? We're at 12. Okay. So
it is delicious.
it's so good, Yeti.
I really think it's great. Yes.
New data shows core inflation remains at its lowest level in 5 years. Check it out.
Core 0.2% to the upside as expected, 2.5% year over year as expected. Core 0.2% to the upside as expected.
Wow. I mean, that's huge, guys. I mean,
It's going to get more.
And it's going to be more. It's, it's probably going to be
Well,
0 once everything is done.
Yeah, but see, there's an aspect of the economy that's happening that no one is seeing it happen that I can explain to you why this is getting ready to just go gangbusters. The only thing we've had for our whole existence as a country is the ability to borrow money from a bank. What's getting ready to happen is you're getting ready to have the ability to borrow money from people that hold crypto with better rates, with better interest, with more leniency, and with a lot less of a hassle to actually acquire the loan to begin with. That's part of what's going on with the crypto bill that was passed and all of this commotion that you've been seeing. So at the core of it, what does that mean? It means options for you. It means that if a bank won't let you borrow money to start your business, well, there's possibilities that there's other people that will do it for less interest anyway on the loan. And that normalization is going to be in competition with the banks. And so what's going to happen is people are going to start to see, just like whenever you see a nice shiny, a brand new shiny object in the store, you like stand there and you're looking at it like, wow, oh my goodness. And then you start to see other people that are buying it and that are utilizing it to help themselves be successful. And then the next thing you know, the banks are going to be having to release or relent on their nonsensical loan parameters and start to actually allow real Americans to borrow money to start business again. Otherwise, they're going to be shuttered.
That's right. That's right. And you guys, more good news for the economy in Texas, Brownsville, to be specific, Shady. Did you hear about that?
I did hear about this. Yes, sir.
Yeah, there's a new Brownsville, what is it? It's an oil refinery.
Yep.
And it's a win for shale producers, guys. It's going to be, this is the first refinery, newest oil refinery in 50 years, guys. Isn't that crazy? Why don't we have refineries bigger and better than any other country, Shady?
Because that would mean that we would have to use it to produce oil. And if we had the refineries that were extra to produce oil, that would mean there would be more oil, which would mean the price of oil would be lower and people would compete against it. And the globalists wouldn't be able to run the narrative at you that there is very limited amounts of oil and you aren't allowed to use any of it.
And here's Secretary Burgum. Check it out.
Well, this is something that would have never happened under the Obama or Biden administrations, who are essentially anti-hydrocarbons. President Trump, with his energy dominance, which means energy abundance, which means have energy to sell to our friends and allies, and have enough of that it helps get prices down for American consumers. But this refinery announcement, it's a win. It's a win for American workers. It's a win for American consumers. It's a win for America, and it's a win for American shale producers, because this refinery, $300 billion project, is going to be tuned to handle those sweet light crudes that come from the Permian, come from the Bakken, and it's going to produce, it's going to be handling enormous amounts of throughput, and it's going to be able to put gas, diesel, jet fuel on the U.S. markets and help lower the prices. More competition in refining is great. We got lots of oil, having more competition here. So again, President Trump's energy dominance agenda agenda in action, because all of this happened, the permitting and moving this project forward has happened in the time frame since he became president. Yeah. He's working at Trump speed to make sure we've got the infrastructure, again, for peace abroad, prosperity at home.
You heard what he said over and over. Competition. Okay. There was no competition because they, the globalists, the bloodlines, ran it, Shady Groove.
Yep. And didn't he just pretty much reiterate what it was I just said about how we're going to have abundance and how this is going to dovetail into the future of the economy and how the economy is going to benefit from the idea? The economy benefits. This is the economy benefits from competition. Yeah. That's the truth. No, don't let them lie to you. Competition is what makes the economy better.
That's right.
Monopolization makes the economy worse. Okay. The powers that be lean heavily, if not completely, toward monopolization 100% of the time. The American people should be literally never letting go of the idea of competition. So effectively, look at what he just said there. Yeah. Look at what and we also have, I was just reading last night, Jeff, I'll tell you this morning, this massive electrical facility being built in South Haven, Mississippi by Elon Musk. This is going to be an electrical production facility for the data center that's there for XAI that he's building. 39 natural gas turbines are going to run the electrical power plant, or 40 something natural gas generator turbines. Nothing like this has ever been done. This is technology. This is real technology that could have easily been done for the last 15 or 20 years to help stem the gap of us buying oil from the sands in Iraq and in Iran. But no, the Bushite people in charge wanted you buying the oil from their guys over there in the Middle East. They also own all the wells and stuff here, but they don't want you to have access to them because they're saving that for later. Yeah. That's their big globalist plan. After you're gone, then they were going to come back and let China open up all of these wells that they had, quote unquote, said were no longer compliant.
Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing. And, you know, what you're seeing across the country, guys, is you're seeing businesses are having a better shake. You know, small manufacturers, they've seen POTUS's policies in action, tax cuts, deregulation, fair trade, and have been rocket fuel for them. These the deregulations. Shady Groove, check this out.
Yeah, this is all about strengthening America's industrial base. No one believes in the American industry like President Trump, the American worker. This is about a return to American strength, job creation, industries ranging from aerospace, defense, food manufacturing, energy, everything. And what we have seen as I've traveled across the country is that small manufacturers, which make up 98% of all manufacturers across this country, have seen that the president's policies ranging from tax cuts, deregulation, fair trade has been rocket fuel for them. We were at Coosa Steel together with the president a few weeks ago in Georgia. They've been able to double the number of shifts that they have. They're reshoring supply from China to create American jobs. This is the power of President Trump's economic agenda. It's working. You see it in the data, and I see it on the ground as I travel across the country. Yeah, this is,
and they've been eliminating jobs since 9/11. Right after the 9/11 happened, they went around to over 300 some odd thousand factories and moved them to China. Yep. And if they didn't move them to China, they would steal their technology and compete with them, guys.
Then they wouldn't have been able to do that without the bedrock of NAFTA. NAFTA laid the framework for that to occur, and that's exactly that right there what you just mentioned, and partnered with bringing in millions and millions of illegal immigrants or illegal aliens that will do work that you won't do for less than $10 an hour. They'll do for $3.50.
Yeah.
And so at the same time they were offshoring your jobs and offshoring all your manufacturing, they were bringing in people to do the things that were left.
And it doesn't make sense because they have to ship all that all the way across from, because they're using child labor, guys. Okay,
and bad math.
And bad math. Yeah, China was altering their dollar value.
Yes.
Atomic, Shady Groove, $5 Rumble Rant. I have my volume on low, and I can hear you both great. Whatever you did, you guys sound crisp, Clean and clear, 5-5.
Oh, that is good news.
I love
Glad
that.
to hear that.
Yeah. Yao Ming says NAFTA was a joke. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, NAFTA was the dagger. NAFTA was supposed to be the dagger in the heart of America. If the people that were behind the scenes, effectively they're laughing at you. They can't believe that you would even begin to believe some nonsensical thing like that. Because what I was talking about earlier, the normalization of trade was between us and another country. NAFTA obliterated that and forced us. It's basically the same thing as mandatory minimums. Like that nonsense where you take out the individual and you just say, no matter what it is, no matter who you are, no matter what the circumstance, you are going to do X amount of time for this, no matter what.
And a really good example is like the tires are made in Mexico. The nuts and bolts are made in America, and the chassis are made in Canada. I mean, that's what it was.
And it's assembled in America. All
right, let's read this because I was trying to find it during that segment, but it's important. America is returning to real energy dominance. Today, I am proud to announce that America First Refining is opening the first new oil refinery in 50 years in Brownsville, Texas. This is a historic $300 billion deal, the biggest in U.S. history. A massive win for American workers, energy, and the great people of South Texas. Thank you for our partners in India and their largest privately held energy company, Reliance, for this tremendous investment. It is because of our America First agenda, streamlining permits and lowering taxes, that have attracted billions of dollars in deals coming back to our nation. A new refinery at the port of Brownsville will fuel U.S. markets, strengthen our national security, boost American energy production, deliver billions of dollars in economic impact, and will be the cleanest refinery in the world. It will power global exports and bring thousands of long overdue jobs and growth to a region that deserves it. This is what America energy dominance looks like. America first, always.
It's so amazing because what you're seeing the dynamic of failure falling away. You're really seeing it. What he's talking about there, you're talking about, everybody's been so hard on, so down, so negative about energy in America and what it means to have energy and what it means to have abundant energy and what it means to have cheap energy. And that idea directly is what is is what's in the grasp of the globalist elite, because they understand that with abundant, unlimited energy, you cannot be controlled. Do you get that? Like the American people, you imagine, look what we were doing in the 1940s and 50s and 60s with cars. Let's use that as an example. Let's go back to 1965 and let's walk onto the showroom floor. What were we looking at?
I wish I could.
Oh boy, what was sitting there? Oh my goodness.
Some really nice cars, bro.
There wasn't no rice burner sitting there, was there, Jeff?
No,
you didn't see a single Japanese-made anything anywhere in this country. Why? Because energy was abundant. And then in the 1970s, what did they do? They had the oil embargo. Iran's controlling the oil. We ain't got no more oil, so we had to start making cars smaller. You no longer get a Corvette. Now you get a Chevette.
Remember those? Oh, my God. Oh, my God, guys. Wow.
And here you sit today, and they're like trying to cram you into a golf cart. They're like, yeah, this is good. You should see these people out here, Jeff, that are moving around in regular traffic with these tiny little things that I swear to you, they look like a can of Spam or something. It's like this tiny little box. Like, you're a human being. God's sake, you're going to die in that thing.
Yeah. And, also in regards to your economy, the average tax refund right now is $3,700 midway through the filing season, guys. And that's what the Treasury says. OK, the Treasury is where the Federal Reserve is going to collapse into. Your bank. The Treasury is your bank, not Trump's bank, not the bloodline globalist bank, your bank. And you are now going to see some major, major benefits from it, Shady Groove.
Liberty Warrior remembers the Yugo.
Yeah.
Remember
oh my God.
Yugo?
I had a color for every day of the week. My God, the Yugo. Wow. Amazing, guys.
Fun here? Is this fun?
We're having fun. Are we having fun?
Should we turn this into the Alex Jones doom and gloom broadcast where it's all that Donald Trump submit to Israel? It's all getting ready to blow up. World War III's right on the brink. What are we ever gonna do? Hillary Clinton. See, He bleeds through.
Oh my God. And then there's this, Shady Grove. We missed Caroline Levitt yesterday, but check this out.
Last night, President Trump reiterated his commitment toward keeping oil flowing through the Strait of Hormuz so the United States and all of our allies can receive their energy needs. President Trump will not allow rogue Iranian terrorists to stop the freedom of navigation and the free flow of energy. Let me be clear. It is a good thing to wipe out terrorists who indiscriminately target civilians and attempt to hold the global economy hostage. And President Trump should be commended for doing so. As the president made unequivocally clear to the remaining elements of this terrorist regime in his statement yesterday, if they do anything to stop the flow of oil or goods within the Strait of Hormuz, they will be hit by the world's most powerful military 20 times harder than they have been hit thus far. Moving forward, the stated objectives for Operation Epic Fury remain the same. Destroy the terrorist regime's ballistic missiles, raise their Iranian missile industry to the ground, ensure their terrorist proxies can no longer destabilize the region, and ensure that Iran never obtains a nuclear weapon. President Trump remains confident these goals will be accomplished in swift fashion.
And that is good for the economy, guys. You understand, you guys, most Americans have not understood economics, Shady, and I'm just trying to show the economic benefit of what's happening. And, forget Trump's character, that you might not like it. Orange man bad, okay, whatever. But look at the numbers. Look at what's actually happening. The numbers don't lie. I don't care if you like President Trump or not. This is my country. This is your country, and it's going to make it better off for me, my daughter, her family, and their kids, and their kids, and their kids' kids, and that's why I fight, Shady Grove.
That's exactly why everybody fights. That's the reason. That's the reason the founding fathers stood up to begin with, because they were looking for an opportunity for a life for their children to be better than theirs. And up until the last couple of generations, that was 100% the case. Through all of the manipulation, through all of the destruction, through all of the stealing, through everything that has been done to harm us, it was still the case until just a few short decades ago that the next generation was living a better life than the previous generation. They're trying to turn that around. What if we turn that back around on them? Is that not the goal? Is that not the finish line? Is that not whenever you can say, oh, when did we win? When we win is whenever it is us in the driver's seat again. Whenever we win is whenever it is our turn to run the country, not the turn of the globalist people who think that just because you control the economy, you can control us. Because now you no longer control the economy. You no longer control the specifics that harm regular people so that you can manipulate what it is that other people think about the situation that's happening. Yeah. It's a virtue signal. Gaslight, virtue signal. Gaslight, virtue signal.
Today is 3/11, and our Gary 3/11, it's his birthday today. Happy birthday, Gary.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, Pisces, I guess, right? Isn't that what that is? A Pisces? Yeah. All right, so another thing that needs to happen to save the midterms, guys, okay, to make sure that these people can't cheat, all right, is the Save America Act, Shady Grove.
Yes, I'm very fond of this.
Let's listen to your amazing press secretary, Caroline Levitt.
President Trump is urging Congress to pass the Save America Act, one of the most critical pieces of legislation in our nation's history. The Save America Act is overwhelmingly popular with all Americans because each provision is rooted in common sense. The Save America Act has 5 simple requirements as requested by the President of the United States. Number 1, voters have to show ID to cast a ballot in an American election. Very simple. 90% of Americans, including more than 80% of Democrat voters, agree with this. Number 2, the Save America Act will require all voters to show proof of citizenship in order to register to vote in American elections. Again, this is popular and rooted in common sense. Only American citizens have the right to vote in American elections. But after Joe Biden and the Democrats allowed tens of millions of illegal aliens into our country, it's more important than ever to ensure that only American citizens are registering to vote on our nation's voter rolls, and Congress needs to pass this. Number 3, The Save America Act abolishes the incredibly unsecure practice of universal mail-in ballots, which throw the door wide open for fraud. Importantly, the Save America Act maintains exceptions for Americans to use mail-in ballots for illness, disability, military, or travel reasons. The bipartisan 2005 report of the Commission on Federal Election Reform, chaired by, of all people, former President Jimmy Carter and former Secretary of State James Baker, concluded that, quote, absentee ballots remain the largest source of potential voter fraud, and it is time for Congress to finally address this. Number 4, the Save America Act permanently bans men from competing in women's sports. President Trump signed a landmark executive order upholding the promise of Title IX and ending this dangerous and unfair practice. But now it's time for Congress to codify this into law. Number 5, the Save America Act bans transgender mutilation surgery for children. Again, President Trump signed a common sense executive order to do this and kept his promise to the American people, but now Congress needs to do the same and codify it. It's well past time for Democrats in Congress to stop perpetuating the radical and false claim that you can somehow change a child's sex. You cannot. Passing the Save America Act is the most important thing that Republicans and, frankly, Democrats can do to strengthen election integrity and protect our democracy. It's what the American people elected Republicans to do, and they must deliver on it as soon as possible. The president is calling on Congress to get the job done and send this historic piece of legislation to his desk immediately for signature.
Let's go, Thune. All right, let's get this thing passed, Shady Groove.
It's about time. I'm tired of the grandstanding and the pushback. I also want this whole filibuster thing. I want that fixed too. I'm tired of that BS also.
Yeah, exactly right, man.
A filibuster means you got to be there to filibuster. Otherwise, it's not a filibuster. This whole nonsense of the quiet filibuster is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah. And that's the silent war, I mean, is that interesting?
Let me shut up. That means we can do things. The whole idea of the filibuster is some jackass is sitting there doing it. Okay. Yeah. Otherwise, it's not a filibuster. It's something you've created.
That's right. That's right.
Silent filibuster.
Save America Act, Shady Groove.
You get me all fired up on that one.
I love that. I love getting that. If Iran puts out any mines in the Strait of Hormuz, the Hormuz Strait, we're going to call that the America Strait. What do you think? The Strait of America?
The Strait of America.
Yeah, I like that.
I love that.
If Iran has put out any mines in the Hormuz Strait and we have no reports of them doing so, we want them removed immediately. If for any reason mines were placed and they are not removed forthwith, the military consequences to Iran will be at a level never seen before. If, on the other hand, they remove what may have been placed, it will be a giant step in the right direction. Additionally, we are using the same technology and missile capabilities deployed against drug traffickers to permanently eliminate any boat or ship attempting to mine the Hormuz Strait. They will be dealt with quickly and violently. Beware, President Donald J. Trump.
Oh, and we have check that out. Wow, post number 3030 from someone just said post 3030 is a Delta today. Look at this. Isn't that something else?
And while you're getting that real quick, Wigwam, 10 subscriptions to the MG Show. Thank you. And Java Joe 84, 10 subscriptions to the MG Show. God bless you. Thank you.
Here we have post 3030 memes, and more memes. Hashtag Wake Up America. Hashtag Facts Matter. Hashtag Save America. Hashtag United, Not Divided. And hashtag Where We Go One, We Go All.
Wow.
Today's Delta, Jeff.
Save America Act, guys.
Wow.
I love it.
Pretty cool. Nice catch.
Shady, put you back on. Wait, what's going on? Where you at?
What?
There you are.
What are you talking about?
I was waiting for you.
I was showing the meme.
I was waiting for you to come back.
I'm back.
I missed you.
Oh, you want me to go away again?
No.
Can we go together?
No. See, counseling is working, guys. I'm telling you. And how funny is that? We were talking about this morning. Our trolls that love us and stalk us on the internet all the time said, oh, Jeff was mean to Shady one day and they need counseling. Best thing that ever happened to this show, Shady Grove.
No. And then the counselor agreed. It's like, yeah, Jeff was being mean to Shady. And then he apologized. And then we were all better.
And she believed me.
She does not believe you.
She believed our counselor. 3028. Let's 3028 Shady Groove. There's another one. It says somebody
Audience
says,
participation. Thank you so much.
I love it. Deposition week. Why
are you groaning at me?
Because I don't see Save America in here. Propaganda arm. Maybe I don't see it. I don't know. But thank you. Did I get the right one? 3028. Is that what you said? 3028 too, Bonster? What are you saying?
Your dyslexia probably got
my dysdexia.
Yeah,
I'm dyslexic.
You're dexterous.
I love it, guys. I love it. Thank you for the chat.
Don't call him Dexter.
I don't think any other show basically interacts with the chat as much as this one, and we appreciate you guys. The last line says, "Save America." Oh my God, there it is. Thank you, Bonster. I was blind. It's right here.
Oh boy. Nothing gets by this guy, guys. Trust me. Like I work with the best. Nothing ever gets by him.
Except this time, I guess, Shady.
I think I made that point well.
Wow.
we might need the counseling again.
All right. Amy, where is she?
Come on over. We could do this live. Should we make that part of our premium content? We should make our counseling the premium content, right?
We'll do it live, Shady.
We'll do it live. We'll bring it in, like pay an extra subscription. You get to hear us fight in the background.
Yeah. Mikey Mariano says, I wouldn't know. This is the only show I watch. Thank you, Mikey Mariano.
Wow.
Appreciate you.
That's a heck of an endorsement. Thank you.
Yeah, that is. We got the daughter. I think the son is here too. I don't know. If not, he's tardy of APAL Anon. Good to see you.
Calling. What did Truant officer?
Yeah, where's the Truant officer?
Do you remember the Truant officer?
Miss APAL Anon, thank you for allowing your children to watch the show. We try to keep it as good as possible for the kids, and hopefully they're learning a lot. 12 and 9, or was it? Oh, wow. I can't remember. Their son of April. He's 19, I think. I can't remember. 12 and 19, something like that.
Awesome.
If I have a memory that serves me correctly.
Raising Patriots,
and that's it. I'm just here, just quiet. Okay, you're lucky. Otherwise, I would have had to send you to the office. Yep, they love it. 12 and 19. Yeah, the boy is 19 and the daughter is 12. God bless you both, guys.
This is some pretty amazing stuff that you're willing to take the time in this crazy world to think about caring about your future and what it really means to be an American and how to stand up and represent yourself in society. It will pay off in many times over.
Yeah, it will. And, we come from a generation that I know your mom and dad know very well, is that we stood for the flag, okay? We respected our flag. People were Republicans and Democrats, and we still took our hats off or saluted the flag. It didn't matter.
Also each other.
And each other. And we respected our elderly. Our elders.
Right. It didn't matter if there was, if you saw somebody broke it down, the car was broke down the road, you didn't stop first and say, oh, who did you vote for?
Yeah.
You had no, even if the person had a different color hair, whenever we were young, there were a few of people out there, you would still stop and help them and not feel like that they were going to attack you because, it's very similar. I think a real good example is what AOC did during the January 6th thing. Do you remember that whole thing that happened with AOC where she was like acting like that the Capitol Police that were coming there to get all the members of Congress out of the building were somehow coming to like enforce a racist agenda against her?
Yeah.
Like that's the perspective that these people have taken. We didn't take that perspective. That's the perspective that they've taken about us because the media has fed them a lie that doesn't actually represent who it is we are. Because if they had told them the truth, they would recognize that what we are Americans and we expect you to act like an American. We don't want to see Mexican flags, but if you're an American, we will bring you in and treat you just like you're a brother or a sister. That's the way the life was whenever we were young. And I'm hoping that that's the way that these youngsters out there will engineer their lives going forward, because what really does screw up a bad society is people acting kind and good within it.
Yeah. And I want to just read this post before we get out of here for the break. 2431, guys. It's time to unite and fight for our freedom. Together, we are strong. Apart, we are weak. Patriots have no skin color. There was a time when our children stood at attention, put their hand on their heart, and in one united voice recited the Pledge of Allegiance. There was a time when strength and honor meant something. There was a time when standing for our flag meant something. There was a time when our history, heritage was taught with pride and respect. There was a time when when respect was given to those who served, bled, and died to protect and defend our God-given freedom. There was a time when we were grateful. There was a time when these United States of America, one nation under God, was united. There was a time when these United States of America, one nation under God, was united under one flag. There was a time when we, the people, decided our future. There was a time when we, the people, had a voice. There was a time when we, the people, were united and strong. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. We didn't pass it to our children in the bloodstream. It must be fought for, protected, and handed for them to do the same. Or one day we will spend our sunset years telling our children and our children's children what it was once like in the United States where men were free, when men were free. Guys, you and I have the courage to say to our enemies, there is a price we will not pay. There is a point beyond which they must not advance. We will preserve our children, this, the last best hope of man on earth. We will sentence them to take the last step into 1,000 years of darkness, or we will sentence them. Ronald Reagan. It is time we, the people, reclaim what is rightfully ours. Will you answer the call? Your country needs you. Your vote matters. We stand together. Be on your guard. Stand firm in the faith and be courageous. Be strong. 1 Corinthians 6:13. We'll be right back after these beautiful boom messages.
It's finally here, our second annual mega sale. This sale only comes around once a year, so take advantage of the best offers ever while you can. For example, save 50% on our Giza Dream bed sheets, as low as $29.98. And for the first time ever on TV, My Pillow mattresses and My Pillow mattress toppers, as low as $99.98. And you save 50% on our Lux Pure 6-piece towel sets, regular $69.98. Now only $39.98. And our best-selling standard My Pillows, regular $49.98, on sale for $17.98. Wait on it, mega sale, only $14.98. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use this promo code to take advantage of our second annual mega sale. But wait, there's more. To make the mega sale even more special, when you order right now, your order's going to ship absolutely free.
Hello to all of you beautiful patriots out there.
First of all, let me just thank you all for supporting this show. We wouldn't be here without you. But I have a huge announcement regarding donations.
It has come to our attention that using the Rumble app is taking an additional 30% of your donation to the show.
Let me explain. According to our TOS, Rumble takes 20% of all donations made through the web browser.
And that's a 20%. It's a good deal if you consider other platforms like YouTube and such.
There is a hidden cost that we just found out. For example, we received the generous $500 donation from Spill Tea, and thank you so much for that, from the Rumble app on Apple. So Rumble took 20% and Apple took an additional 30%. We brought that to Rumble and they said, well, Rumble's take of tips and donations is 20%. That's if the transaction is done through the web browser. If using the Android or iOS app, it's an additional 30% collected by those platforms.
So please use the web browser to make your donations to the show and avoid the hidden fees by Apple and Android.
That's right. You can also support us at GiveSendGo/HelpMGShow, mg.show/donate. We have PayPal and Cash App. Both are at RealMGShow or $RealMGShow. Please help us out. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
The MG Show. Not funded by dark money, but funded by listeners like you.
Remember, thumbs up if you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to ring that bell. Stay tuned, we're going to start right now.
in the Lord, in his mighty power.
JD back in that.
Stand tall in the dark, in the final hour. The fight's not with flesh, nor with blood we see. The power's unseen in eternity. Put on the armor, every piece divine, to face the schemes where shadows align. When evil rises, you'll still stand tall. With God's full strength, you'll never fall. Belt of truth, hold it tight. Righteousness, shining bright. Feet of peace, steady and sure. Shield of faith, forever pure. Helmet on, salvation's crown. Sword in hand, the word comes down. Pray in the spirit night and day. The armor of God lights the way. Love is patient, love is kind. Leaves envy and pride far behind. It doesn't boast, it doesn't rage. Holds no grudges, turns the page. Rejoices in truth, not in sin. Protects and trusts through thick and thin. Love hopes endures, it never fails. A steady light when all else pales. Belt of truth, hold it tight. Righteousness, shining bright. Feet of peace, steady and sure. Shield of faith, forever pure. Have faith in humanity, broken but strong. Have faith in yourself, where you belong. Have faith in God, his love unfurled. The great awakening calls the world. The devil's arrows, they burn and fly, but faith will quench them. Lift your shield high. Salvation guards your mind from fear. The Spirit's sword forever near. Pray without ceasing for all who believe. Stay vigilant now, never deceive. The day is coming, the battle's won. Stand firm in faith till the rising sun. Chance in the matrix builds, the frame stands tall with MG short bills. We heed the call, MG music sets us free. Oh yes, groove in the spirit, we're truly blessed. Armor locked in truth, the sound, righteousness strong. Have faith in humanity, broken but strong. Have faith in yourself, where you belong. Have faith in God, his love unfurled. The great awakening calls the world. The devil's arrows, they burn and fly, but faith will quench them. Lift your shield high, where you belong. Have faith in God, his love unfilled. The great awakening calls devil's arrows, they burn and fly, but faith will quench them. Lift your shield high. Salvation guard your mind from fear. The great awakening calls the world. Pray without ceasing for all who believe. Stay vigilant now, never deceive. The day is coming, the battle's won. Stand firm in faith till the rising sun. Chance in the matrix builds.
Yeah. I love that song, guys. God bless you all. Looks like somebody here needed to hear that today. That's why we play it. God bless you. Shady Groove, welcome back to hour number 2. That song has another 2 minutes. It's the armor of God, and you know why the armor of God is very special to us and me specifically. It's been an amazing part of my awakening, Shady Groove.
Amazing part of everybody's awakening that pays attention to understanding the reality that you are not fighting flesh and blood. You are not here to struggle against others that are of mankind. You are here and you are struggling against something that is much bigger, much broader, and much darker than you could ever really imagine. Therefore, they keep you locked into this idea that you can win with only surface understanding of the realm that you are in. The realm that you are in is very deep, it is very massive, and it is very, very pervasive, trying its best to completely control everything. That is what's happening here. You can break the mold, but there's only a very, very small path through to break that mold, and you have to do things like you have to be inspiring.
Yeah.
You have to stand up and you have to say what it is that other people won't say. You have to innovate. You have to invent. You have to think bigger. You have to think outside the box. You have to do all of these different things. You, from yourself alone, with no help, no input, and no association, have that power. Will you pick it up? Will you wield it? Will you decide? Whenever I could not imagine, me personally, 8 years ago, could not have imagined that person that was me 8 years ago being a person that sits here every day talking to you. I was a person that was literally a ghost in the machine. No one could find me. No one knew me. No one knew where I was. And I had not used my social security number in decades. I was gone. But I came back because I saw something that inspired me, a message that inspired me, that lit a fire inside of me that said, hey, you need to speak up. You need to talk to people. You need to say, hey, there's a guy out there that everybody's attacking. Both sides are attacking him in different ways, and he's saying the right thing, and he's saying something that you could actually put your voice behind. Get out there and support him. That's what I'd like to encourage all of you to do. If you feel like that what we do here inspires you, then get out there and talk to people. Speak it with your words. You will bring it into existence as you mention it, as you say it, as you proclaim your reality in this world. Your reality in this world is of abundance. And I will say that to you every single day here because I'm trying to reprogram your mind from thinking that your reality is scarcity. That's a reality. That's a fake reality they created for you. Your real reality is abundance. You have it. It's around you. You've just got to know in your mind you deserve it. If you think you don't deserve it, it will not find you.
Yeah.
All of us are doing that together. And we here have been blessed with some of the most abundant love. And I cannot express the way that the things that you guys send to us and say to the two of us every day, going through the letters that you send, the two of us behind the scenes, having emotional times, reading your comments, knowing that there's people here, just for example, knowing that there's people here that are 12 years old that think that this is important to me, that inspires me.
Yeah.
To want to be here.
You don't
It
understand.
inspires me to want to go to counseling.
Yeah, I mean, but we can't afford it. No, I'm just kidding. But you're right, Shady. We read your messages and they're so amazing. Yeti, if you don't have email or connect at mg.show, you can send us messages there. Yeti, you also have the post office box there as well. He'll throw that on the screen if you guys want to send us a nice handwritten letter. We do try to have mailbags every now and again. and we'll get those from you guys. And if you want to donate that way too, you can donate on the, is it up there? The address for the mailbag? Okay, he's looking for it. Shady, do you have the address memorized? Boy, it'd be nice.
That's hilarious.
Oh, it's in the description. Let me just get it for you guys. So it's contact. Okay.
Nice way to
P.O.
embarrass
Box
Shady.
MG Show. P.O. Box 299, comma, PMB, number, next line, number 19215, Tangent, Oregon, 97389, Shady.
Tangent, Oregon, 97389.
There it is. Right there. All that. That's how you can connect with the MG Show. Okay? We love you. Thank you.
Amazing.
I also got a $10 Cash App. Let me just double check to see. I think his name was Paul. Thank you, Paul, for the Cash App donation. Real MG Show Cash App, Real MG Show PayPal. That's where you can hit us up there if you'd like. Donate, mg.show/donate, or givesendgo.com/help MG Show. And we really, really appreciate it.
Time is time.
Time on, give me. Wait, hey.
You're gonna get a copyright strike.
Copyright
for
singing
tunes.
What's his name? Time on, give me time. George, Boy George. Oh my God.
Boy George. That's
So my
exactly
aunt-
right.
My aunt gave me that album. I'm like, oh, good. I like the Scorpions, and all that. And she's like, here's Boy George. I'm like, oh, thanks, Aunt Jane. That's sweet of you.
What is that? Colors would be colors would be something if you're. Oh my God, I can't remember it.
Let's get it.
Golden green.
Let's get an update from Operation Epic Fury, Shady Groove. This update comes from CENTCOM, the commander, on Operation
I can't believe
Epic
you just brought up Boy George.
Fury. Well,
red, gold, and green. That's all I can say.
oh my God. Comma.
Yes,
All right,
colors
Operation
would be
Epic
easy.
Fury.
Colors were like my dreams. Red, gold, and green. That's it.
Here we go. Stop it.
Oh my God.
Here we go. Check it out, guys.
I'm Admiral Brad Cooper here at United States Central Command, where I'm leading the forces executing Operation Epic Fury. First, I want you to know that we continue to keep the families of our fallen heroes and our wounded teammates in our thoughts and prayers. I'd also like to acknowledge and thank the families of the 50,000 American servicemen and women deployed in and around the Middle East. I'm grateful for your selfless sacrifice, and I know that Americans across the country hold you in their hearts. Let me start by offering my overall assessment of Operation Epic Fury. In short, U.S. forces continue delivering devastating combat power against the Iranian regime. I've said this before, but it bears repeating. U.S. combat power is building, Iranian combat power is declining. And we remain centered on very clear military objectives in eliminating Iran's ability to project power against Americans and against its neighbors. Every day, we're striking hard at Iranian ballistic missile and drones. To date, we have struck more than 5,500 targets inside Iran, including more than 60 ships, using a variety of precision weapon systems. Just yesterday, we had strike waves nearly every hour from different locations and directions going into Iran. We also took out the last of 4 Soleimani-class warships. That's an entire class of Iranian ships now out of the fight. I'd characterize our strikes as being unpredictable, dynamic, and decisive. Since the first 24 hours of this campaign, Iranian ballistic missile and drone attacks have dropped drastically. But it's worth pointing out that Iranian forces continue to deliberately target innocent civilians in Gulf countries while hiding behind their own people as they launch attacks from highly populated cities in Iran. Of course, forces executing Operation Epic Fury aren't just defending against Iranian threats. We are methodically dismantling them by hitting Iranian missiles and drones, as we also strike their defense industrial base. Just last night, our bomber force hit a large ballistic missile manufacturing facility, as an example. So it's not just about what's shooting at us today, it's also about eliminating the threat in the future. Now, let me show you a few of the results from the tremendous efforts by America's joint force. Here, you see an Iranian Jamaran-class warship, a large patrol ship, a drone smuggling vessel, and 4 other surface combatants docked at Chabahar port in the Gulf of Oman the day before we launched Operation Epic Fury. Here's the same pier 4 days later, all ships taken out of action. This Bayandar-class surface ship was hit and rolled on its side. Here's another example. Here you see 2 Iranian surface combatants docked at an Iranian naval base near the Strait of Hormuz, just hours into the campaign. And here's what they looked like 3 days later, engulfed in flames after we struck them with a precision weapon. For years, the Iranian regime has threatened commercial shipping and U.S. forces in international waters. Our mission is to end their ability to project power and harass shipping in the Strait of Hormuz. From the air, we've achieved a concentration of air power with back-to-back waves of advanced fighters creating constant pressure on the enemy every single day. Our dominance is not a solo effort, it's a testament to the strength of our ironclad alliances. We continue to coordinate closely and effectively with Israel in this very large operation, and we are also coordinating and serving side by side with all of our partners in the Middle East. We're on a path to eliminating Iran's ability to threaten Americans and our friends, and we are achieving this through a combination of lethality, precision, and rapid innovation. Let me highlight a few examples, at least the ones that aren't classified, of how we are achieving lethal effects in entirely new ways. First, our warfighters are leveraging a variety of advanced AI tools. These systems help us sift through vast amounts of data in seconds, so our leaders can cut through the noise and make smarter decisions faster than the enemy can react. Humans will always make final decisions on what to shoot and what not to shoot, and when to shoot. But advanced AI tools can turn processes that used to take hours and sometimes even days into seconds. I continue to be impressed with all the branches of the U.S. military. The entire team is performing superbly. Strike operations from our joint force continue, as I've said. I assess that we are clearly exercising air superiority over vast swaths of Iran. We have the most integrated air defense umbrella in the Middle East, and our defensive operations from the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine Corps, and Space Force teams are performing magnificently. A note about the Space Force. Our space superiority has been a critical enabler to this fight. Unseen by the world, the Space Force is doing 2 things. First, they're degrading Iranian capability, and second, they're helping to protect American forces, and I'll have to leave it right there. All told, despite this incredible progress, make no mistake, we remain highly vigilant. And I just could not be prouder of our Operation Epic Fury team, and I know the American people share that same pride. To all our warriors out there, please keep up the great work, and Godspeed. Thanks so much.
Godspeed, and pray for the warriors that have been affected and killed during this war, but they will not be forgotten, Shady.
Let's take a moment to a little field trip back to like 2003, 2004, whenever we were unnecessarily bombing Iraq and Afghanistan, and the debacle that was going on in that couple of weeks, the first couple of weeks leading up to that, and what we were seeing, and the amount of just shredded human beings that we were seeing, the pictures coming out of Afghanistan and Iraq, and whatever they were, shock and awe kind of stuff that they were doing, and compared to what you just saw right there, and what we've actually been seeing on the ground, we are not at all seeing any type of the chaos that we saw in the lead up to Iraq, because I think that what we're seeing right now is we're seeing the actual reason that we invaded Iraq to begin with. The reason that we invaded Iraq to begin with was so that we could put American troops in the crosshairs of the Iranian regime, and then we could further weaken America. We could further deteriorate their ability to engage as we ramped up the ability for Iran and other proxy states at the time, like North Korea, to target them, because it's a lot easier to target Americans in foreign countries than it is to target them in their barracks if they're here in like Minnesota or Texas or something.
Yeah. It's amazing, guys. Trump
We're
is
seeing
departing.
something different.
Trump is departing Joint Base Andrews for Cincinnati, Ohio. And here's a look at it. And I think he came out and answered some questions. Let me see if I can find the questions here.
Ooh,
no, that's where he's actually going. So
looks like
there he goes.
gone.
Yeah, he's gone. He gone.
He gone.
But let's go to some of these clips here. This is moments ago while he was leaving the White House, Shady Groove. Here you go. This is President Trump on the Save America Act. Shady, here we go.
Is Senator Thune listening to you when you say you want to pass the Save America Act? He says there aren't the votes to do it right now. What's your response?
Well, he's got to be a leader, you know? If he's a leader, he's got to get him. It's the most popular bill I've ever seen put before Congress. And it's voter ID and it's voter You have to be able to be a citizen to vote. It's called citizenship. And we're also adding in no men playing in women's sports, no transgender mutilization of our children, and no mail-in ballots, fake mail-in ballots. We have none of that, except in the case of the military, etc. It is the Save America Act. It's the most popular bill I think I've ever put before Congress.
Save America Act, Shady. And, you know, I want to talk to you, like, where are all these people, Shady Groove, that you know, are all about women's rights? Why would a woman want a man playing in their sports, right? We had men's sports, and, you know, and women have played in men's sports, but then we had female leagues, right? Why wouldn't you want that? Why wouldn't you want, I mean, there was the volleyball player that got spiked by a man who is in a woman's sport and has concussions and severe damage, lifetime damage, Shady. I mean, it's not right. And then mutilating our children. Who would want to mutilate our children? They don't know what they want, Shady. And why would the taxpayers want to pay for that?
Empowering women is what America has literally stood on as a bedrock of our society for well over 100 years. Women have been fighting for, quote unquote, equal say in the society of America. In the beginning of America, women were in situations where they were their husbands were the ones who went out and voted, because only the people who own land initially in America had the right to vote. And so the husbands would vote as a family. The family would decide who they were voting for. And so starting in the 1900s, women started fighting for their place in society, which has absolutely no resistance from most everybody that's in society. As a matter of fact, people understand that women are equal in our society. But the powers that be did not necessarily like this whole idea. So now what they've done is they've taken women's ability to make themselves equal in society, and now they're degrading that by trying to dilute it by allowing men to claim that just because you wake up one day and decide that you are not a man anymore, that all of a sudden you are legitimately by society a woman. When we were young, we called those trannies or drag queens, okay? And that's fine. You're allowed to be and do whatever the hell it is you want to do. But let's be honest about what you are. You're not a woman. You're a dude in a dress.
Right. Why would, D Sweet says, why would women want to protect or promote Sharia law? It's baffling. It really is.
It's unbelievable, actually. And not to, well, I'll tell you why. Because a lot of them are of the ilk. Remember I said the other day that all the communists will consistently protect communism. Communism is perpetuated by Islam and by Sharia law. And it is coveted by Sharia law and is used as a weapon against people and then society.
All right, and here's President Trump on Iran.
Day 11, and as you know, we're doing something that nobody ever thought was possible to do. Our military is the best. It's the most powerful in the world, and they're hitting them very hard. This is 47 years of abuse and killing lots of people, killing and maiming lots of people. What is it, Peter?
What more do you need to do militarily for this operation to end?
More of the same, and we'll see how that all comes out. Right now, they've lost their Navy, they've lost their Air Force, they have no anti-aircraft apparatus at all, they have no radar, their leaders are gone, and we could do a lot worse to one another. We're leaving certain things that if we take them out, or we could take them out by this afternoon, in fact, within an hour, they literally would never be able to build that country back.
I mean, you know, that's a pretty amazing thing to hear and a pretty amazing thing to say. Trump is holding back on taking that country out because they're waiting on a few targets, right? And holding off on targets that would decimate the country of Iran probably forever, Shady.
Because again, he was trying to do brain surgery first, and he's trying to make them cry uncle. He said it specifically. And that, that's an American term, but what it basically means is that you give, you quit, you say, I'm sorry, I stop. Right.
That's what I do to you every day when you use the replays now.
You get put in a heck of a position over there.
All right. POTUS on the Strait of Hormuz. What do you think about that? Check this out.
Are you talking to the CEOs of various oil companies, encouraging them to use the Strait of Hormuz?
Yeah, I think they should. I think they should. I think they should use it. In my opinion, look, we took out just about all of their mine ships in one night. We're up to boat number 60. I didn't realize that big a Navy. I would say it was big and ineffective. But every one of their ships, just about all of their Navy is gone at bottom of the sea.
Are you talking to
just about all of their Navy is gone, bottom of the sea.
A garden gnome made a comment. When I was first married in 1968, a married woman could not have a bank account unless her husband's name was also on it.
Wow.
That's 1968. So I'd like to just, that's a great thing. That's a great comment, garden gnome, just to kind of give the dynamic for people to understand that it's this very short window where women had actually gained the ability to have separation from men in society. It's not been that long. And you can clearly see by the way they're trying to degrade that separation right now, how that the elite did not want that separation to occur in our society, even though the majority of Americans 100% agreed with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's amazing that we could go through the pain of building a society that brought in everybody and tried to normalize and tried to equalize as requested. And then everybody takes it to the 20,000th degree and doesn't stop there, because the momentum that was used to gain women the vote, the momentum that was used for feminism and these different things was perpetuated right into LGBTQ. And then right into taking private parts off of your children, and right into not telling your parents that we're going to do it. Like, that momentum is what they are all surfing on.
Yeah, exactly right. President Trump was talking about how he spoke to many leaders of various countries. Check this out, Shady. Wow.
I will tell you, I just spoke with various countries, the leaders of various countries. You'll have a list. And they said they've never seen anything like it. We have, and I built it during my first term, and I used it. I didn't realize I was going to use it this much, but we have the greatest military in the world by far. Nobody close. I will tell you.
No, he's built the greatest, and he didn't think he had to use it this much, but he's built the greatest military in the world by far, and nobody's close, Shady.
But this is going to be a great time for the country to realize and how to distinguish competency from incompetence. The past presidents wanted to perpetuate incompetence and sell it to you as if it were excellence. They were selling you incompetence as excellence. And Donald Trump is trying to sell you excellence, and they characterize it as incompetent.
What's right is wrong. What's left is right. What's up is down.
Basically meaning that they do not have your best interest at heart. Donald Trump does.
That's right. So Trump was asked about Lebanon. Check this out, Shady.
Lebanon is under attack, and Hezbollah is making dangers for the Lebanese, especially the Lebanese Christians. What is your message for Lebanon?
Well, we're working on it very hard. We love Lebanon. We love the people of Lebanon, and we're working very hard. We got to get rid of the Hezbollah. Has been a disaster for many years.
So Lebanon is good. Hezbollah is bad.
Hezbollah is Iran. Iran are the clowns in America. Hamas is the clowns in America. The Zionists are the clowns in America. I believe that we are fighting them. I think that we're fighting the Zionists. I think that we're fighting the powers that be that undergird what it has been that has created Israel to begin with. I know that everybody wants to think, oh, Donald Trump is being puppeted by Bibi. What if it's the other way around? What if Donald Trump is puppeting Bibi to get rid of the Zionists? Because the Zionists created Iran. The Zionists created Iran. Do you understand that? Just like they created Israel, just like they created World War I and World War II and the globalist regime and the Federal Reserve, the Paysour bloodline just might be the Zionists that we speak of that come from secret orders that think that they are deemed from on high to lord over us.
Yep.
It's possible.
Possible. All right, here we go. NATO and Spain. Shady Group, check this out.
No, they're not. I think they're not cooperating at all. Spain, I think they've been very bad. Very bad. Not good at all. We may cut off trade with Spain.
You guys all trade with them?
I don't know what Spain's doing. They've been very bad to NATO. They get protected. They don't want to pay their fair share. And they've been that way for many years, actually. Let me give you the good news. The people of Spain are fantastic. The leadership, like you. The leadership, not so good. No, they're...
Boom. And you know, Shady, just thinking about your latest comment too. I mean, maybe that's why this show is so much attacked.
I think it is. It has to be. It's the only thing that makes sense. There's nobody else out there that can put it in a very simple terms. Remember in school we would take the fractions and you reduce the fraction first.
Yeah.
Then you do the math. You don't do the math first and then try to reduce the fraction. So what we're trying to do here is reduce the fraction, then do the math, and then share it with you, and then show our work. That's all we're doing. And it really does feel like we find, it looks like we're accidentally falling right into exactly where we're supposed to be.
It does. I love this timeline.
It's the greatest timeline, sir. And I could not have to look back over the energy that let's look at the energy in the ink and the censorship that was used against us. First, they tried to use a huge amount of ink saying that we're horrible to the point where that didn't work. So they took us away. Yeah. Is it because that we're characterizing the boogeymen in the world as the actual boogeymen that are fake and we're not afraid of the bully? Can we, if you don't have fear of what it is they're forcing you to fear, you become a target because there's something wrong with you. Everybody else is afraid. Why are you not afraid? Something the matter with you. Got to get rid of you.
Yeah. Wow, man.
You're supposed to be afraid. Joe Biden told us, Jeff, that he has the F-15s. Remember? He said, I can come get you with the F-15s. What are you talking about? A revolution. Yeah. You're talking about an information revolution. And Alex Jones is losing the info war every single day to the MG show.
That's right. And guys, for nearly a half a century, the Iranian regime has been slaughtering Americans. Okay. And we know who put we have 1953 CIA D-class document in 2013 saying that the CIA was behind the installation of a Shah Shady Group. Okay, we know it's already. This isn't just hyperbole, Shady Group. It's fact. Okay, and Madeleine Albright even apologized. So did Obama, by the way. So for nearly a half a century, Iran regime has been slaughtering Americans. President Trump is doing what other presidents have refused to do: eliminate the Iranian threat. So no more American blood is spilled by these terrorists. November 1979, Iranian students backed by the regime seized the U.S. Embassy in Tehran, taking 66 American hostages in a 444-day standoff, Shady. Remember that?
Yep.
April 1983,
PSYOP.
the Islamic Jihad, the Iran-backed terrorist group, carried out a suicide car bombing at the U.S. Embassy in Beirut, killing 17 Americans.
Also a PSYOP. I was actually in school when that happened.
In October 1983, Iran-backed Hezbollah terrorists killed 241 U.S. military personnel, including 220 U.S. Marines and 21 other service personnel in a truck bombing at a Marine compound in Beirut. March 1984, Iran-backed Islamic Jihad terrorists kidnapped CIA station chief William Buckley on his way to work in Beirut, ultimately killing him the following year. Interesting, huh?
And now instead of saying Iran, let's say CIA proxy Iran.
Yeah. The 1984 September, CIA proxy Iran-backed Hezbollah terrorists killed 23 innocent people, including 2 American service members in a car bomb attack at the U.S. Embassy Annex in Beirut.
CIA killed American troops.
CIA 1984 hijacked Kuwait Airlines Flight 221 en route to Pakistan, diverting it to Tehran, where they brutally tortured and killed 2 American officials.
Remember, we had the video of Albright saying that we're apologetic for implementing the regime that is currently occupying Iran And Jeff is reading you off all the different things that the regime that we put in there are doing, but I'm sure they're just doing it for themselves. They're not doing it so that they can initiate and perpetuate a globalist order that puts all the power in George W. Bush's family's pocket.
In 1985, Iran-backed Hezbollah terrorists hijacked TWA Flight 847 on its way from Athens to Rome, torturing a U.S. Navy diver before shooting him point blank in the head and tossing his bodies onto the Beirut airport tarmac, guys. In July 1989, CIA enabled Iran-backed Hezbollah
It reads
terrorists.
better, doesn't it?
Yeah, killed U.S. Marine Colonel William Higgins after kidnapping him the previous year while serving a United States nation peacekeeping force in Lebanon. Okay. In 1995, Iran-backed Islamic Jihad terrorist, backed by the CIA, killed 8 people, including 1 American citizen in a car bomb attack in the Gaza Strip.
So whenever you talk to people, I'd like for you to explain to them, they're saying, oh, Donald Trump is creating a war. Is this not acts of war? In a normal world where the world functions normally, this would generate retaliation by the administration, but not if the administration happens to be controlled by the same clowns that are initiating this stuff. Then there would be no retaliation. Then America would sit on our hands. Then America would say, oh, there's nothing we can do. The big bad boogeyman of Iran's going to come and get me.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Let me undo this post and get that ready for the next. Okay. So in August of 1995, CIA enabled an Iran-backed Hamas suicide bomber blew up a bus in Jerusalem, killing an American and 3 other passengers and wounding more than 100 others. These are acts of war.
War.
In 1996, an Iran-backed Hamas suicide bomber blew up another bus in Jerusalem, killing 3 Americans and wounding 3 other Americans. Look at that. War. March 1996, a suicide bomber linked the Iran CIA-backed Hamas and Palestinian Islamic Jihad terrorist groups, killing 20 people, including 2 Americans in a suicide bombing at Tel Aviv shopping center. Act of war. These are American citizens even. Yep. All right. In 1996, Iran-backed CIA-backed terrorist killed an American-Israeli dual citizen and wounded another American citizen in the West Bank. 1996, Iran-backed Hezbollah al-Hijaz terrorists killed 19 U.S. airmen and wounded nearly 500 others in a truck bombing at U.S. Air Force Base housing complex in Saudi Arabia. I remember this one big time.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
September 1997, Iran-backed Hamas suicide bombers blew themselves up on a pedestrian mall in Jerusalem, killing an American-Israeli dual citizen and wounding 7 other American citizens.
It's good that you're getting a little context here, because understand that all of these different things were things that were happening before George W. Bush and crew were able to get your troops into Kuwait and into Iraq, which is the neighbor of Iran.
In August 1998, al-Qaeda suicide bombers facilitated by Iran-backed, CIA-backed Hezbollah simultaneously bombed the U.S. embassies in Kenya and Tanzania, killing 224 people, including a dozen American citizens. Does that look like an act of war?
It is an act of war.
August 2001, shady. An Iran-backed Hamas terrorist blew up a Jerusalem pizzeria, killing 3 Americans. Here we are getting closer to 2001, right? Here we go, 2002, Iran-backed Al-Aqsa Martyr Brigade, terrorist killed an American-Israeli dual citizen in the West Bank. July 2002, an Iran-backed Hamas terrorist killed 5 Americans in a bombing at Hebrew University in Jerusalem. 2003, Iran-backed Hamas suicide bomber killed 17 people, including an American citizen, on a bus in Jerusalem. On October 2003, Iran-backed Popular Resistance Committee terrorists killed 3 U.S. diplomatic personnel in a bombing in Gaza. Between 2003 and 2011, Iran-backed militias, CIA-backed militias, killed at least 603 U.S. troops in Iraq. Roughly 1 in every 6 American combat fatalities in Iraq. Guys. 2003, Iran-backed Hamas terrorist group blew up a bus in Jerusalem, killing 5 Americans and wounding 1 another. 1 American is too many, guys. You guys get that, right?
Yep.
2006, Iran-backed Hezbollah terrorist killed American citizen and Israeli Defense Force soldier Michael Levin during the Second Lebanon War. The only American to die in that conflict. January 2007, a dozen men affiliated with Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, Quds force, killed 5 U.S. soldiers and wounded 3 others in Karbala, Iraq, after disguising themselves as U.S. soldiers and entering the Provincial Joint Coordination Center. That's a total act of war. I mean, if it doesn't get any clearer than that. 2007, remember all this, Shady? FBI agent Robert Levinson disappeared in Iran, likely dying in an Iranian prison. Americans from Texas, California killed in Gaza. I mean, the list goes on, guys. Okay. And we're showing you this for a purpose, guys. Right? U.S. ambassadors. This is a plot to kill us, guys. 100 troops, Shady. Traumatic brain injury in Iran strike. Okay. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, and there's more. I mean, this thread is absolutely amazing, guys.
They took the time to do it.
They took the time to do it. And I want to show you this one more time because it just puts the period on the end of our theory or fact that the American Iranian Council Conference, where Madeleine Albright was, stated this. Check it out.
In 1953, the United States played a significant role in orchestrating the overthrow of Iran's popular Prime Minister Mohammad Mossadegh. The Eisenhower administration believed its actions were justified for strategic reasons, but the coup was clearly a setback for Iran's political development, and it is easy to see now why many Iranians continue to resent this intervention by America in their internal affairs. Moreover, during the next quarter century, the United States and the West gave sustained backing to the Shah's regime. Although it did much to develop the country economically, the Shah's government also brutally repressed political dissent. As President Clinton has said, the United States must bear its fair share of responsibility for the problems that have arisen in U.S.-Iranian relations. Even in more recent years, aspects of U.S. policy towards Iraq during its conflict with Iran appear now to have been regrettably short-sighted, especially in light of our subsequent experiences with Saddam Hussein.
So bearing the responsibility would end the endless, would it or would it not, Shady Groove?
Yep.
And give the government back to the Iranian people.
And destroy all of the infrastructure for the stuff that we, as quote-unquote, the clowns in America, our networks, have built there to enslave the Iranian people to the point where they can't even, to the point, Jeff, where they all run out into the streets and they try to stop what's going on in their government, and the government literally lays them down and shoots them point blank in the face.
Yeah.
Thousands and thousands of their own citizens. So effectively, think about that. Your intelligence agency is instructing that to happen. You understand that? That's what you're doing. Like, you know, we can sit around and pretend like that has nothing to do with us, and it's just them. Oh, it's just them over there. Or we can be honest.
Yeah.
Have an honest conversation about what's really going on. That's the reason that this show is censored, because we characterize things in their actual reduced denomination context.
That's right. Shady, I actually have to get going. So daughter of Apal Anon, I will not be able to do that today because I have to take my mom for a hearing appointment as she's feeling better. We're going to get her to hear better so she doesn't drive me nuts. What? Huh? What? Huh? We're going to do that today. And I just want to thank you guys for being here at the MG show. Let me just see if there's an ad, Shady, before I get out of here.
All right.
I don't know if there is. Yeti hasn't said anything. We've just got a Rumble Wallet one right here. Let's just go ahead and do it because it's something. We are funded by you. Oh, access denied. I don't know.
Weird. Is it over clicking or what?
Performing security verification.
We'll have to.
Hang on. Let me get there. Kids Guide, Rumble Wallet. Yeah, because I don't see it. Where am I going to see it? Not there. Yeah.
Oh.
All right. So I'm going to just do this real quick. It is the Rumble Wallet, guys. Okay. They can cancel your accounts, freeze your cards, decide what you're allowed to buy, say, or support. Big banks, financial institutions have a total control, and they use it. That's why financial independence matters now more than ever. Introducing Rumble Wallet, a wallet built for real freedom. With Rumble Wallet, you control your money, not a bank, not a government, not a tech company. Buy digital assets like Tether, the dollar, right? Tether dollar, Tether gold, and Bitcoin, all in one secure place. No permission, no middleman, no cancel button. And when you want to support the creators you actually believe in, ding, you can use the Rumble Wallet app to directly tip that content creator securely, instantly, and without interference. This isn't a credit line that they can shut off. This is your wallet, permanently yours to protect your future, yours to protect your family. And when the system fails, when the institutions turn on their own people, financial sovereignty is the difference between security and vulnerability. Rumble Wallet isn't about politics. It's about freedom, ownership, and protecting what's yours. So take control today. Download Rumble Wallet now and step away from the big banks for good. True ownership, true protection, and true financial freedom. And with that, Shady Groove, Wet Yeti, listeners, I'm going to bid you adieu.
I'll do it to you. So we'll wrap it up here. Thank you so much, Jeff. We have a few more minutes here. I'm going to piggyback a little bit on what we were talking about. What Jeff was explaining, he was showing you all of the responses about quote unquote the CIA proxy backed Iran tactics that have been used against America over how long? So think about that. The big list that he just made, each of those events, how many different events was that? Like, it had to have been 10. It was probably 15, 20 events, a number of different Americans. Like, you probably can't even calculate however many it was. Thousands of Americans, thousands of lives affected. Every American that is murdered or killed or somewhere has a family, somewhere has children, has a wife, has parents. Thousands of people affected by all of the different attacks from the CIA proxy of Iran. Now, very interesting. No response. No response from America in any of those instances at all, ever. Why? Why is that? Let's take a little field trip and let's go over here. Let's take a look at an example. Let's take the Gulf of Tonkin incident, for example. What is it that causes us to go to war? On August 2nd, 1964, confirmed the USS Maddox was conducting signal intelligence. Destro Patrol was engaged by 3 North Vietnamese torpedo boats, which it fired upon, damaging them. August 4th, 1964, fabricated U.S. destroyers Maddox and Turner Joy reported a second chaotic night battle. Subsequent declassified intelligence reveals that the attack never occurred, with evidence pointing to the sonar malfunction and overage operators and potentially falsified reports. Incidents occurred during Cover 34 Alpha operations raids in North Vietnam. So that right there, what I just read you, one incident that was tiny, one incident that was made up completely. That's why you went to war in Vietnam. What I just showed you right there. Not a joke. That's it. That's why 55,000 Americans died in Vietnam. The blood, sweat, and treasure of hundreds of millions spent. Destruction in Vietnam that still today they can't overcome. Leveling the place, carpet bombing them, unleashing napalm, all of this absolute unbelievable stuff that we were doing to the human beings in Vietnam because of a couple of people in a skirmish on a boat in the Pacific Ocean? Are you for real, Shady? Yes. So why did all of those incidents that Iran perpetuated against America not generate a war? Because what? Iran is stronger? Iran is stronger than the Vietnamese, backed by all the communists that were integrating in politics at that time? You've got to understand a story. You've got to understand a story about your country, and you got to recognize who you are, and you have to profess it. Because the powers that be will not profess it for you. They will never profess it for you. What is it? What is it that they They say you're a colonizer. You're a colonizer. Danged old American colonizer, I tell you, you are. America sent tons of people here to colonize. Wait a minute. Where did America send people here to colonize from? Oh, wait. England sent people here to colonize. Portugal sent people here to colonize. Spain sent people here to colonize. Oh, wait. America held all these slaves. Oh, wait. No. Spain held the slaves. Portugal held the slaves. England held the slaves. France held the slaves. Here. They brought them here. Not Americans. Americans didn't bring Americans here. Americans became Americans out of the English, out of the French, out of the Germans, out of all of the other people that were here. We became Americans. We didn't colonize a damn thing. Nothing's been colonized. America's not colonizers. But look at the disingenuous argument that they're making to you. Look at the way they're trying to beat you down by calling you a colonizer, by calling you a racist, by calling you all these things. It just so happens that the people that brought the slaves here might be the racists. It just so happens that the people that brought the slaves here might be the ones that think that you are worthless sheep to begin with. And then a bunch of people stood up and said, you know what? The actual founding documents made slaves 3/5 of a human. Do you understand that? Before the founding documents of America, a slave was considered 0 human by the colonizer. Colonizers weren't Americans. The Americans freed the slaves eventually. The Americans perpetuated the act of the slaves becoming free and African American, quote unquote, people becoming American. Not the colonizers. The colonizers tried to stop us. The colonizers are trying to stop you right now. The colonizers are Iran. The colonizers are the Bush family. The colonizers are the people that call themselves the quote unquote global elite. Those are the colonizers, not America. And so as we wrap it up today, I'd like to say to you, it is up to you to profess your position in this country. No one is going to characterize it for you. No one is going to assert it for you. No one is going to live your life for you. Only you. And the easiest way to live your best life is to know the most that you could possibly know about how the hell it is that we got here, and how do we not make the same decisions that got us here again together. And the way to do that is to not let ineptitude and incompetence lead us as a nation. Do not let ineptitude and incompetence lead us and call it excellence, because it's basically the same thing as peeing down my shirt and telling me it's raining. It's a lie. It's a false. It's a false paradigm. So if you live in it and you try to organize and you try to make abundance out of it, you literally cannot. You have to go somewhere else and start. You have to put yourself at the center of the story. And whenever you put yourself at the center of the story, yourself has to discern whether or not those things that we just saw, that Jeff read to you, that whole list from Iran, were acts of war. Because the Gulf of Tonkin incident, where a couple of guys fired on a ship in the middle of an ocean that were tiny little boats firing on a massive American ship, that was enough for war for over a decade. How much I can hear you, Yeti. How much time does it take for all of us to stand up and to recognize and to talk to one another and to characterize who it is we are and to profess it? This is what it is that I'm trying to do here at the MG Show. I'm trying to give you enough strength and will and intellect to power what it is that you are going to profess throughout the rest of your life. You're going to profess that you are the center of your story. You're going to profess that America is the best, greatest, most abundant nation ever created. The only nation ever created by mankind. Every other nation was created by the aristocracy, not mankind. Mankind, human beings, created America. A bunch of them. A whole bunch of them. And then a whole bunch of them decided to, like, out of nowhere, be born and then go die in the sands of foreign lands, thinking they were defending America, which they love, not knowing that they were fighting a proxy war for an established order that was laser focused and intent on destroying the country that they thought they were going there to represent. As a matter of fact, they are actually being sent there so that we can further degrade America's presence and America's reputation on the world stage. You're currently in the middle of the process of repairing that. God bless each and every one of you today here. JD, I don't know what you have there. Maybe something from William Cooper to take us out today. Thank you all, each and every one of you, so much for the support here, for the Rumble rants, for making your voices heard, for saying that, hey, if someone is feeling confused and someone doesn't understand how to orient themselves, maybe share the link to this show with them, please, for us. I honestly do believe that if I can talk to people like you, hardworking American people out here, and make sense of the madness, that we have something very valuable that can be shared with other people that have their minds wrapped up in an information war that really has no relevance to them whatsoever. It means nothing to them. What means something to them is not an information war. What means something to them is the real information, not the information that war is being waged on, the information that is unmolested by the war. The information that they won't talk about. The information that they won't share with you. God bless each and every one of you. Have a great Wednesday. We will be back here tomorrow on Thursday. Have a great afternoon. Much love from you. MG Show. God bless.
This is the basic law of life. And dear listeners, it is spiritual in its nature. If man failed to do everything in his power to protect his life, as a result of such neglect lost his life, then the destiny for which the soul came to earth would end there. Without life, a body or medium to function through spiritual attainment would be impossible, ladies and gentlemen. Spirituality would then be forfeited. You see, if man's life was threatened without cause on his part, and he failed to do everything in his power to prevent death, he would then be guilty of three actual crimes. He would first of all permit the enemy to commit murder. Next, he would be committing suicide by failing to protect the most precious possession given to man by his Creator. And worst of all, he would end whatever his destiny might be, the purpose for which body, mind, and life had been given to him. And I believe it's to learn something. In one respect, man is forced to be a warring, not a murdering creature. And I might inject here that the Ten Commandments does not say, in its original form, thou shalt not kill. It says, ladies and gentlemen, and you can check this, if you wish, go to the original Hebrew and Greek, it says, thou shalt not murder. So in one respect, man is forced to be a warring, not a murdering creature. From his birth, the law of self-preservation forces him to be on guard against every inimical force attempting to destroy him by one means or another. He must be on the alert to prevent man, natural forces, or his own carnal desires to betray him into acts of degradation. Man is a warring creature. But his war, I tell you, his war is an honorable one. It is one of protection. first himself so that he may protect those he is responsible for, but in doing so must not take unfair advantage of others, nor be guilty of unrighteousness. The nature of this was and is actually spiritual. It is the battle of righteousness against evil. It is a war biblically spoken of as taking place in heaven because it is waged within man's spiritual nature. He fights to fulfill destiny and to finally create heaven on earth for himself and others who follow. By the war of righteousness, wherein there is no selfishness, he attains the consciousness which makes him a man, knowing both good and evil, having chosen good to attain the promised sonship. Notice, you must choose. You must choose. Each and every one of you listening to this broadcast tonight must choose, and you must choose very quickly. You might ask, is there actually a need for some form of evil in the life of man? Was this, together with some form of fear, ordained in the beginning? And I say nothing has been ordained, but if the divine law is to be fulfilled in the life of man, then it is certainly necessary that he, according to sacred concepts, become a crusader in God's cause and not exist as a negative, effortless, uncreative, unproductive creature, a leaf-shaped parasite upon the rest. The first command is that he must become a man in the true sense of the term, and this implies that he must prepare himself to meet the enemy that is ever alert to destroy the best that he has created. He must meet evil as the soldier meets the enemy. Doing this in the righteousness of his conscience neutralizes fear. Many of you call and ask me, Bill, aren't you afraid? My answer has always been and always will be no. No, no, and no. For I know from where I have come and I know where I am going. I know who I am, and I know that I possess a soul. I fear the actions of no man. I fear the judgment of no man. I fear only the judgment of my God. And I know that if I am doing what is right, I need not ever fear that judgment. And therefore, I am not afraid.
www.mg.show. Boom.